Good afternoon. And here we are at championship game, D1 Gales. It's the Calgary Bruins. Calgary taking down Denver this morning. Gorman with an overtime win over the Bisons. Gorman wearing white for the final matchup of the weekend. And Calgary in black and yellow. Skaska expected to be in net for this matchup, as Faircloth was in the one prior. Final matchup of the weekend. Next weekend, Gorman continues in the Anaheim Ducks High School Hockey League playoffs, taking on Santa Margarita Friday night. That game will be on CAH Media. I believe it's around 6:30 over in Anaheim. If Gorman comes away with the victory in that matchup, the championship game will take place on Saturday. I believe that's around 3:30 or 3:40. Again, CIH, they will be streaming all those games live. That is live and free to watch. You have to pay for repeat viewing. Game should be recorded and uploaded later on this channel with our own broadcast. Looks like we will have two officials again for the championship game. It's a rematch. Gorman had a 1-0 victory, the shorthanded goal in their first matchup. What was a very physical game. Multiple penalties on both sides in the last matchup, leading to Gorman coach being suspended in the following game. Running clock to start it out. Try to get this synced up. All right, opening lineup: Fitzy, Kerr, Jennings, Rubino, and Trent. Gorman wins that back to Trent. Pass out to Rubino, chip through Kerr, through the neutral zone, lobs it in. Goaltender comes out to field that one as Bruins center on the boards and clear back into Gorman zone. Rubino on the back check. Chips it out, Trent. Bruins keep it in play. Shot. Off the pads, go wide. Gorman sends it around the boards. That's Jennings on the far wall. Out to Fitzy, neutral zone, one-on-one. Bruins pick up the loose puck off a poke check. Bring it out along the near side. Godino comes in. Luong breaks it up and sends it in. Gorman to go for a change. Godino working back the goal line. Almost stuffs that one in the zone. Fish. There, Tritton chips it in. Gorman has to tag up. Bruins stretch pass, chip it in. Wide of the net. Bruins cycle it through out front, picked up by Gorman, chipped out, not cleared. Shot, loose and covered. 12:55 remaining in the first. Fish in for the faceoff for Gorman. Bruins win that one. Goes out wide on a deflection. Long. Out to Godino. Chips it up to Tritton. Couldn't field it. And Gorman breaks it out the other way. Godino battles through. Drops it to Tritton. Tritton's got a fish. Tritton takes a hit in the far corner. Back up. He'll make his way to the bench. Gorman will squeeze in a partial change. Creel comes out. Skoska comes out. Chips it up. High stick. And they'll blow that one dead. Face-off coming up in the neutral zone. Sorry, the defensive zone for the Bisons. Bruins. Wrong mammal. Klaus in for the face-off. Creel, Johnson, Posner, and Baldy. Creel with a shot off the face-off just outside. Made it through the paint. Bruins clip it through. Gorman recovers and chips it back the other way. Creel comes in and forces the pass out wide. Brought down, no icing. Baldy chips it around. Klaus trying to hit the winger, goes wide. Chip back down low by the Bruins. And Gorman clears back into the neutral zone. Johnson on the forecheck. Creel in there for support. Check back out the other way. Tip, no icing. And Bruins will go for a change for their forward crew. Pass out to Creel, takes a hit. Bruins pick it off. Gorman able to steal. Bruins keep it in the zone. Creel gives a hit along the boards. Mesa chips it through. And Creel and his dance partner will both head to the box. Roughing on both sides. And we'll have a neutral zone face-off. Bonifazio, Davis, Mesa, Trent, and Rubino. Davis in for the face-off. Bruins pick it up. Bring it back in. Comes out to Davis out front. Chips it out to Bonifazio. Gets the clear. Bouncing puck out at the blue line. The Bruins bring it back the other way. Rubino almost picks it up. Davis picks up the loose pass. Taken off his stick as he was trying to clear it. Back at the blue line. Off a body. Rubino got Mesa. Mesa and Bonifazio. Chips it to Bonifazio. Stays on the forecheck. Stretch pass out the other way. No one home. And that will be an icing. Coming back to the Bruins D zone. We're into the faceoff. Bruins pick up the puck off the faceoff. Fish on the back check. Larson's jersey grabbed. No call. Kerr dumps it, clears it on net. And goaltender covers it for a faceoff coming up in the Bruins D zone. Larson having some words with the ref. His jersey cleanly held from behind on the back check. So the Bruins player could get position on the puck. Fishing for the face-off. Bruins look to get the clear. They make it out. Luong poke checks up, and Luong will go to the box for tripping. Luong going for a poke check. Stick got caught up in a couple players. Couldn't pull it back, and player fell. Godino, Baldy, Posner, Fish. A couple of words with the officials. Godino in for the face-off. Bruins win that one back. Almost picked off by Fish. Baldy sends it around the boards. Bounce in favor of Gorman. Godino chips it up, gets interfered with, takes a hit to the head. And penalty coming up on the Bruins. They are not going to let them play how they did last time. A high hit to the head of Godino, and number 3 will head to the box as Creel and his dance partner's penalty clear. Godino, Fish, Baldy, and Bosner will stay on the ice for the 4-on-4. Minute 15 left in the Gorman penalty, fresh minute 30 for the Bruins. Bruins pick up the loose puck off the face-off, chip it around the near side. Shot, glove save. Posey throws it on net. Bison's Bruins win it off the face-off. Gorman able to recover back behind the goal line. Fish and Godino passing, comes back out to Posner. Baldy, far side shot, loose out front. Baldy chips it back down low. Bruins pick it up. Fish regroups in the neutral zone. They'll send it back. Baldy bring it out on the near side. Chips it up. Bruins pick that one off in the neutral zone. Creel in, shot off the shoulder, still in play. Baldy able to stop the shot. And ices it. 15 seconds left. Not sure if he recalled it was a 4-on-4. That will come on back for a D-zone faceoff for Gorman. Klaus in for the face-off. Got Creel and Rubino. Bouncing puck to the neutral zone. Creel comes in, chips it forward. Bruins send it wide. Klaus keeps it, takes a hit in the far corner. Fed back out to Rubino. Dropped to Trent, but couldn't keep it in. Gorman back to full strength. Very short power play. 15 seconds for Gorman as Klaus gives a hit. Trent brings it in the zone. Out wide. Shot stuffed. And Creel hit after the play. Number 4, I believe he's the one that Creel sent upended into the Gorman bench during their first round. Five-on-five. Klaus in for the faceoff. Gorman wins that back to Rubino. Shot off the shin of Creel. Bruins fight for position. Rubino says no and sends it around the boards. Klaus goes in for a hit. Bouncing puck in the neutral zone. Johnson presses him off. Trent comes in to recover. Bruins pick that one off. 2-on-1 opportunity. Shot. Glove save. Look, Skaska. Short side glove save. 2-on-0 opportunity. And he comes in clutch to keep it 0. D-zone face-off for Kerr. Jennings and Fitzy on the wing. Larison chips it up the boards. Out bouncing puck to Jennings. Chips it. Trying to hit Fitzy. And there were a few things that could have been called there. Not sure. '14 will head to the box for Calgary. And Gorman going the power play. Klaus, Fitzy, Kerr, Johnson, Larison. Klaus in for the faceoff for Gorman. Bruins win that. Send it around the boards. Bouncing puck. Bad bounce for Gorman. Fitzy chips it back up. Bruins are going to get that one and chip it out the other way with a stick lift. Puck makes its way back to Larison. Picked up by the Bruins. Johnson fighting for position. Larison able to come away with it. Brings it in the zone. Shot. Loose out front. Johnson pinches up. And a penalty coming up. Roughing is the call as Larison got hit. And a 5-on-3 opportunity coming up for Gorman as number 18, the big body, heads to the bench, to the box. More specifically, 56 seconds left on the first penalty, fresh minute and a half on the board. Fish, Godino, Trent, Jennings, and Creel. Fish in for the face-off, loose at the feet. Gorman wins that back. Trent. One-timer off the post. Out to Godino. And penalty now on Gorman. Jennings will head to the box. Cross-check is going to be the call. And we have a 4-on-3 coming up. Fish in for the face-off. Same lineup for Gorman. Shot off the pads. Trent. Puck pinned behind the goal line. Gorman comes away with it. Godino. Creel. Puck pinned along the boards. 18 seconds left on the first penalty for the Bruins. Pulled out. Godino. Shot off the pads. Goes wide. 7 seconds left. Pass back to Fish. He's got Trent at the point. Fish shot off the body, goes wide. Still in play. 4-on-4. .23 seconds left on the second penalty for the Bruins. Godino makes his way through, gets tackled. And 4-on-4 still. Shot goes over to Trent's feet. 15 Godino. Godino, long shift for him. And he will head to the bench. Larison brushes off. Gorman on the PK now. 11 seconds. Chipped out to Kerr. Kerr brings it in the zone. Shot just right of the post. Baldy keeps it in. Shot. And Gorman back to full strength. Johnson rushes in, chips it back down low. Kerr stays in pursuit. And that should be an icing. Quite a few Interference calls missed here. Kerr bumped pretty cleanly on his way over to the puck. .456 remaining in the first period. D-zone face-off for the Bruins. Kerr in for the face-off, wins it back. Fitzy, shot, pad save, and covered by the goaltender. Bruins win that one, wired around the boards. Pazzi closes it off, sneaks by out to Baldy. Baldy banks it off to Kerr. Kerr chips it in. Goaltender comes out, brought around the near side. Pazzi, shot, up and over. And the Bruins 3-on-2 the other way. Gorman on the back check. Gorman clears. Johnson battling in the corner. Kerr picks off the pass, sends it up, sent back down. Out to Rubino. Rubino clears it out to Bonifazio, makes the line, chips it. And the Bruins pick that one off. Gorman squeezing a change. Picked off by Rubino. Rubino sends it. Goaltender feels that one. Could have been icing. Bonifazio flushes out the other side. Pass right out the far side. Davis almost picks that one off as well as Mesa. No icing. Rubino brings it along the near wall. Mesa picks off the pass before the Bruins can get to it. Miscommunication with Gorman. Sent around the boards. Davis fighting for position. Couldn't clear. Mesa gets a stick in there, and he goes up into the netting for a stoppage of play. D-zone faceoff coming up for Gorman. Fish in for the faceoff. Out to the point, Tritton gets in the way. Chipped up. And that is enough for an icing. Coming back, 3:21 remaining. Fish in for the puck drop, loose at the feet. Gorman scoops it up, brings it out front, high in the slot, shot, pad save, bounces out into the far corner. Trent and Rubino, the defenseman, on the ice now. Trent's going to bring it out, chips it to Tritton. Tritton gets hit from behind, bounces the puck out to Fish. Trent dangles through, sends it. No icing. Probably should have been. He's about a foot off. Gorman has to tag up. They do. With a few exchanges. And a huge hit by Klaus. All right, Bruins player up after a huge hit by Klaus. And no penalty on the play. He had the puck in possession when he took the hit. Klaus in for the faceoff. Bouncing puck out to Long. Bruins able to get a position on it, bring it back in the zone. Feed it through, couldn't connect. Still there, shot loose out front. Sent wide and cleared in the zone. Creel fighting for position. Bring it out on the far side. Stick lift. Bruins have to recover, dump it in. Larson chips it up to Klaus. Bruins send it out on the far side. Baldy able to pick it up, sends it to Larson. Larson makes the line, dumps it in, deflected, didn't get deep enough there, and passed out the other way. Kirk chips it up. Fitzy sends it down low. Minute 45 remaining in the first. Bruins bring it back behind their own net. Send it out the near side. Trying to send it across. Picked up by Kerr. Chipped the other way. High hit on Kerr. And they're going to call that. Straight to Kerr's head. And the Bruins will head to the box, giving Gorman another power play. Refs trying to avoid the situation that came up last time, where I think both groups would agree it kind of spun out of control. Power play coming up for Gorman. They'll close out the period. Kerr, Fitzy, Johnson, Larson, and Klaus. And they're going to wave off Kerr. Fitzy will take the face-off instead. Klaus over on the wing. Puck comes out. Favor Gorman. Larson. Fitzy near wall. Larson at the point. Out on the far side. Klaus shot. Loose out front. And deflect sent wide off the official. Cleared out of the crease. Larson sends it to the far side. Shot through the crease. And squeaks by. Gorman have to regroup.
1 minute left to play in the period.
Minute left in the first. Larson hooked and dropped, no call. Bruins almost get a goal off the turnover from being dragged down. And they do it again. That time, Gorman has delayed penalty coming up in their favor. Another penalty. Fitzy chips it in. And penalty called. And Calgary head coach is not too happy as they add another player to the box. Very clear grab and drag down, and then a head contact on another player after that. Looks like number 19 will be serving the penalty for number 9. 3 players in the box now, 2 and a 10. As their captain heads to the box. Johnson, Jennings, Trent, Godino, and Fitzy. Puck comes out to Fitzy. Couldn't get the shot off. Comes out to Trent. 5-on-3 opportunity. Second one for Gorman. Shot. Jennings feeds it back up to Trent. Trent walks it up in the slot. Drops it back to Godino. Godino back to Trent. Shot off a stick, goes up and over, back of the net. Godino battling for the puck behind the goal line. Jennings. And that'll wrap up the first. All right, heading into the second frame, Gorman out shooting their opponent 7-6. Gorman will kick off the second period. 5-on-3 for about 3 seconds, and then another minute 2 on the second penalty. Explaining the math to Calgary. Number 13 can come out in 3 seconds. Number 19 will come out in a minute 2. 19 likely has a 10-minute and will need to be in there further. 5-on-3 coming up. Jennings, Fitzy, Johnson, Godino, and Trent. Fitzy picks up the loose puck off the faceoff, walks it in. Couldn't get a shot off. And Gorman has to circle back here. Sorry, 19 had a penalty as well, so they stacked that on top. 19 just couldn't show. There's 3 active penalties. And offsides. Adjust the penalties here shortly. Still 5-on-3. Comes out to Godino. Godino sends it across. Bruins are going to pick that up and wire back the other way on net. And Laskoska will cover. And scoreboard updated here for the penalties. Puck comes out. Gorman scoops that one up. Lost it. Johnson recovers back in the D zone. Chipped out Jennings. Mishandled, and Bruins chip it back the other way. Trent brings it in. 5-on-4, 29 seconds left to power play. Sent out wide. Fitzy takes a hit back behind the goal line. Johnson pressed in the corner. Fitzy comes away with it. Gets hit as well. Johnson feeds a point. Kerr, Godino. Godino off to center on the boards. 10 seconds remaining on the 5-on-4. Larson, shot, scores! Larson with a power play goal. Larson finds a soft spot, walks up to the face-off dot, and sends it home. Face off coming up, chipped in by Long. Kerr with the assist. Delayed penalty coming up in favor of the Bruins. And looks like Klaus will head to the box. Kerr, Creel, Larison, and
Wales number 91,
turned over, shot, saved, short side.
Time of the penalty
Bruins try to bring it around.
remaining in the second period.
Kerr battling for position, clears, Creel working through the neutral zone. Wired around the boards. Bruins are gonna get there first. Drop it back, glove down, bouncing off the board. Kerr drops it down, unable to clear. Tipped out the other side. Larison picks up the loose puck, and opts to just lob it down. Creel's going to stay strong on that one. Goaltender comes out and sends it around the boards. Fish. Forcing them back. Godino at the blue line. Trent and Rubino on defense. Rubino closes it off. Bruins with opportunity. Forced out wide by Trent, deflected out to the far side. Loose at the faceoff dot, comes out to Godino. Godino lifts it up and dumps it in. 13 seconds left on the Gorman PK. Fish almost knocks their own player into the goaltender.
Team Gales has returned to full strength.
And Gorman back to full strength. Trent forces that one wide, tipped out in the middle, shot, loose out front. Mesa tries to clear, goes off a skate, poked out by Fish. Out to Davis. Davis chips it out to Trent. Trent couldn't get the shot off. Dropped down, and the Bruins bring it back the other way. Davis chips it through the neutral zone, takes a hit. Bruins pick it up. Bonifazio poke checks it out, picked up by Mesa. Mesa by himself chips it out to Rubino. Bad bounce off the stick. And it's a battle through the neutral zone. Trent chips it out. Bonifazio banks it off the boards, looking to hit Jennings in motion. The Bruins pick it up and lob it back the other way. Bonifazio is going to get there for Gorman in the corner. Bruins beat him there. Picked up by Davis and cleared. Still in the zone. Blue line pass. Shot. Pad save out into the far corner. Rubino battles through. Clearing attempt. Hits Bonifazio. And a penalty coming up on Gorman. Tripping coming up. And Rubino will head to the box. Bruins win the faceoff. Kerr, Fitzy, Posner, and Baldy. Pass out to the far side. Shot deflected wide. Kept in play by the Bruins. Pad save, loose out front. And Laskoska with the save. As Pazzi ties up the other tall boy. And Baldy now heading to the box as well. Gorman 5-on-3 now with 2 penalties on the board. Minute on one, minute and a half on the other. Godino in for the faceoff. Picked up by Godino and cleared.
Bolton United penalty for cross-checking.
Cross-checking is the call for Baldy.
43 remaining in the second period.
Burns bring it in, send it down. Picked up by Luong. Luong taking off the puck. Bruins regain possession. High in the slot, far side. Pass broken up, still in play off the glass. Pass out to the far side. High in the slot. Shot tipped up front. Save Laskoska. Fed back out to the point, far side. Shot tipped off the pads, goes wide. 13 seconds left in the first penalty. Shot tipped, save Laskoska. Bruins able to keep it in play. Larson recovers, chips it. And they blew it dead. Not sure why. As Gorman is on the PK and they wired it, and they're going to bring on face-off just outside Gorman's D zone. .23 seconds remaining for the power play for the Bruins. Creel battling for position. Bruins send it back. Opt to bring it back in their D zone to regroup. 15 seconds. Picked up by Creel. Creel almost picks it off. Goaltender had to poke check that one out. Bruins bring it in on the far side. Maintain the onsides. Fed through the near side shot. Pad save. Sent around the boards by Creel. Tritton comes in, chips it. Trent feeds it through. Creel chips it off the boards. Tritton on the forecheck. Gets there, poke checked out by the Bruins. Tritton tries to feed it through, and the Bruins capitalize on it. Long shift for both teams, up and into the netting. Shot deflected by Gorman, up high and out. Puck comes out. Fitzy comes across, almost picks it off. As does Jennings. Through the neutral zone, out to Larson. Larson with the goal in the game. Chips it down in the opposite corner. Jennings battling for position on the puck. Fitzy there to support. 2-on-2 along the boards. Fitzy trying to drag it out of there. Kicked around at the feet of Jennings. Comes out, Bruins have it, bring it along the near side, poked out by Fitzy. Clearing attempt denied by Kerr. Drops it back to Fitzy, gives a hit. Back out to Larson at the point. Kerr cycles it back down low. Jennings takes a hit from behind, and that'll be another penalty. They are not letting this game get out of control. Number 16 will head to the box. Roughing is the call as the power play unit takes the ice for Gorman. Fitzy, Godino, Johnson, Jennings, and Trent. Loose at the feet.
Bruins number 16, Noah Wilton, minor penalty.
Drop back to Godino. Godino to Fitzy. Trent far side. Drops back to Godino. Trent, they rotate through. Fitzy, shot, short side. Stuffed. And Godino unable to stop it at the blue line. Gorman will have to come back around. Minute left in the Gorman power play. Trent to the neutral zone. Brings it out wide, dangles through. Picked up by the Bruins. And scooped up the other way. Poke checked off by Godino. Cash Johnson sent it back to Fitzy for regroup. Tipped in by Godino. Gorman goes on the forecheck. 33 seconds left on the Gorman power play. Cycle back around. Hits Creel. Couldn't get a shot off. Feeds it back out to Trent. Trent shot. Loose out the other side. And Mesa off the bench. Score for Gorman. Gorman with a 2-goal lead. Right off the bench during a change. Klaus, Mesa, Creel.
Power play goal scored by number 29, Dominic Mesa, assisted by number 91, Jake Klaus, and number 22, Cash.
Power play goals, what it counted as.
41 remaining in the second period.
Larson on the back check, 2-on-1, broken up. Larson sends it wide, scooped up by Luong. Sends it out to the far wall. Creel wires it around, takes a hit in the process. Mesa sends it out, chipped by Creel. Bruins recover and send it around the boards. Luong to Larson, a little too close there, glove down, and the Bruins tag up and bring it back the other way. And bouncing puck through the neutral zone the other way. Tritton forces a pass wide. Larson chips it up, goes on the forecheck, stuffs it, and it rolls back the other direction. Bruins have an opportunity, shot. And the Bruins capitalize on the deflection and able to squeeze one by to close the gap. Curran for the faceoff. Bruins win it back to the blue line.
Bruins goal scored by number 9, Tristan Callahan, assisted by number 8, Peter Curry. Counted the goal.
Bruins lose it in the corner.
In the second period.
Kerr battling through. Baldy dodged it. Bruins with a shot on the turnover. Just off the shoulder and out. Sorry, still in play, over the shoulder and around over the net. Bad bounce off the door. Sent around to the other side. Defenseman chips in. And Gorman clears out into the neutral zone. Long change for the second period. Bruins send it back down low. Gorman needing something just to clear it at this point. Goes off the ref. Glove down in the slot. Fitzy sends it to Jennings. Out wide. Lost control. Out to Kerr. Makes the zone. Shot. Trent. And the goaltender hangs on for a stoppage of play. Klaus sends it over to the wall. Feeds back out to Trent. Trent, shot. Glove save. Klaus on the face-off. Johnson gets a shot right afterwards. Johnson shot off the pads. Picked up by the Bruins, cleared. Sent wide by Rubino. Gorman sends around the boards. Kept in by the Bruins as they wire back around. Rubino and Klaus. Klaus wires around the other way. Still in play. Tipped. Deflection right out front. Creel gets the clear. Goes on the forecheck. Klaus shot. And the goaltender hangs on to that one. Fish in for the face-off. Tipped by Luong, no icing. And, well, they will call an icing. Fish, Godino, Tritton, Luong, and Larison. Tipped by the Bruins. Well, on the other side of the line, that'll be another icing. It'll come on back. Fish chips it up, trying to hit Tritton. Picked off. Bruins bring it back the other way. Shot up and over the net. Kept in the zone, and Gorman clears back the other direction. Not enough for an icing. Chipped off the boards the other way. That will be an icing. Davison the face-off. Bruins D-zone's got Mesa posted in the center. Puck comes out. Mesa trying to get a shot off. Bruins bring it out the other way. Stretch pass intercepted by Baldy. Baldy wires it in. Gorman tags up. Bonifazio on the far side. Sent around. Bruins bring it back the other way. Cleared. Chipped out. Davis
1 minute left to play in the period.
brings it in. And Bruins are missing a player. Bruins bring it out wide in Gorman's D zone. Lost an edge. Jennings gives a hit, and they're going to put Jennings in the box.
Gales number 89 Larson Jennings minor penalty for roughing.
Gorman on the
Under
PK.
penalty, 34 seconds remaining of the second period.
Shot, save, Laskoska brushed aside. Shot goes wide. Trent gets there for Gorman, shovels it, couldn't clear. Fitzy on the press on the far wall. Rubino battling for position, and that'll close out the period. All right, that'll wrap up the second period. Gorman with a 1-goal lead, 2-1 on the scoreboard. Shots on goal, 14-19 in favor of Calgary. 56 seconds left on the penalty. Gorman will start out on the PK. Trent has the puck off the faceoff, drops it back to Larison, sends it off the boards, and it makes its way all the way down to the opposite end. Bruins make the Gorman's D zone. Fish chips it up, couldn't clear. Blue line pass, tipped up front, goes up and over the glass. Sorry, up and over to the glass. Fish. They're working with Trent, sends it around the boards. Godino on the far side, and Godino chips that one out.
Team Gales has returned to full strength.
And Gorman back to full strength. Pass intercepted. Johnson chips it back the other way. Klaus on the forecheck. And the Bruins come away with that one in the corner, send it around to the near side. Rubino closes that one off. Sends it back behind the goal line. No one there for Gorman. All the forwards back at the blue line. Stretch pass out, tipped by Rubino up and over the net. Bruins had an opportunity there if he didn't retreat for the back check. Rubino lobs it in. Bruins clear the zone. Shot up and over, bouncing puck into the far corner. Sent around, not cleared. Johnson gives a hit. Gorman gives a hit. Opportunity now off the glove of Creel. Sent back behind the net. 12:58 remaining. Shot, pad save. Gorman pinned in their zone, needing to get a change in. Klaus sends it around the boards. Kept in by the Bruins. Bruins still maintain possession, and Laskoska able to cover. Kerr in for the face-off, chips it out, makes its way to Baldy. Out of reach of Jennings. No icing. Clearing attempt off the official. And Jennings picks up the loose puck in the neutral zone, chips it down low. Goaltender comes out to field that one. Sends it around the boards. Pass out, Baldy picks it off, wires it on net. Blocker save into the far corner. Picked up by Davis. Through the neutral zone, 1-on-2, brings it wide, he's got Mesa. Shot up and into the netting off the defenseman's stick. Davis in for the faceoff, wins it back, makes its way to Larson, feeds it back to Mesa. Mesa pressed along the boards. Bruins pick it up. Trent. Davis closes that one off, force him to send it down low. No clean entry. Trent shovels it out the other side. Bonifazio looks to cycle it back down low. Bring it out the other side, gets pinned. Davis comes in to support. And Trent with the recovery. It'll settle it down. Pass out to Larson. Chips it up. Bonifazio couldn't get to the puck. Mesa sends it through the crease. No icing. Bruins bring it in the zone. Larson in the near corner. Bonifazio gets tied up. And Kerr brings it around the other side. Fitzy couldn't clear. Shot. Pad save. Chipped off the boards out to Fitzy. Gorman trying to get the clear. And they do enough off the stick. No icing. Fitzy and Kerr stay strong on the puck. Jennings at the blue line with Pazzi and Baldy. Bruins bring it out to the near side. Tips up front. Save Laskoska. Back out to the point. Kerr forces it pass down low, pass out into the slot. Backhand denied. Fitzy lobs it up and out. And we'll go for a change. Jennings will stay on the puck. Tritton takes a hit. Puck comes out in favor of Gorman. Jennings wires it in. No icing. 9:47 remaining in the third period. Off the shins of Posner. Chipped back by Godino. Tritton trying to close that off. Takes the elbow to the head. Tritton chips it far side. Fish comes in, picks it off, almost got tied up by the defenseman. Bruins chip it in, no icing. Oh, that is an icing. Thought it hit a body. They'll bring it back over into the Bruins D zone. Championship game, shots on goal 15-21 in favor of the visiting team out of Calgary. Klaus in for the faceoff. Loose at the feet. Creel battling. Chipped out the other way. Trent on the back check, pokes it wide. Takes him off the puck. Johnson comes in to support, comes away with it. He's got a man on him. He's toppled down. Gorman clears. Creel battles through. He's got Klaus. Klaus, stick lift, couldn't get the tip in. And 2-on-1 the other way. Pass wide. Pass denied by Larison with a huge hit. Trent. He's got 2 on him. Tipped by Klaus. Didn't go anywhere. Sent the other way. Bruins recover back at the hash mark. Try to take advantage of a Gorman change. And icing. Nope, tipped. Luong able to recover for Gorman. Taking off the puck. Kerr bouncing puck out. No icing. Fitzy on the forecheck. Shot. And it's a goal. Fitzy. A second one. Short side. Puts the Rails up 3-1 in the championship game after a overtime win this morning. Fitzy sends it on net. And finds a spot above the pad, below the arm. Gorman can't get too confident here. Conversation happening at the Calgary bench here with the official. Half the officials in this game standing at the Calgary bench right now, by the math. And we'll have a face-off coming up. Fitzy, Kerr, Jennings, Larison. Kerr with the assist. Larison feeds it out the other side. Jennings chips it down low. They're going to say no icing. That should have been an icing. Bruins send it out near side. Tritton comes in, almost picks that one off. Luong on the back check. No icing on this one either. Brings it out. Brushes off the hit. Fish couldn't get the clear. Bouncing puck outside the Gorman bench. Jennings taking off a stick. Fish wires it in. Tritton working up high to keep him honest. Gorman squeezes in a change. Gorman picks off the pass. Gorman tags up. Chip back the other way. Tip, no icing. Skoska trying to get a read on that one. Tipped by Tritton, not enough, and not enough for an icing either. And Gorman finishes their change. Fish closes it off. Bruins usher it in. Picked up by Pazzi. Pass broken up. Shot, save Laskoska. Laskoska bailing out Gorman on some turnovers. Gorman gets the clear. Creel Fish sends it out. Baldy wires it in. Klaus on the forecheck as well as Creel. Creel trying to get a shot off. Backhand. Creel battling in the corner. 6 minutes left. Shot by Johnson up close. Makes his way out to Pazzi. Rolling puck and he has to recover. Sends it down low. And that one almost picked off by Klaus. That will be an icing. D-zone face-off coming up for Gorman. Davison for the face-offs. Changing the lines up a little bit. Cycle it back. Comes out to Trent. Trent, Kerr. Kerr lobs it down low. Goaltender feels that one, dumps it out, trying to bring it out the near side. Poke checked out. Davis keeps it at the blue line. Fitzy forces him on the outside. Bruins need to tag up. Tipped by the Bruins into the zone. Rubino back, cycles it around to Klaus. Klaus lobs it. That will be an icing. Gorman playing a little safe here with too much time on the board. Klaus into the faceoff, wins it out to the wall. Gorman chips it, couldn't clear. Creel tries to close in on that one. Down low, picked up by Larison. Larison tied up at the goal line, bouncing puck. Long sends it around the boards, not enough to clear. Creel comes down to support, takes a hit. Gorman clears it. Klaus. Johnson. Long sends it out to Larison. Larison bouncing back to Godino. He's got Creel with him. Tries to send it to Creel. Chip back down to Johnson, up front. And he makes it a 4-1 game. Gorman starts patting it. .4:13 remaining in the third. Gorman wins that one back. Baldy to Posner.
Goal scored by number 13, Cash Johnson, assisted by number 14, Andre Godino, and number 22, Cash Creel.
Creel and Godino with the assist on the Cash Johnson goal. Baldy working in the corner. Bruins come away with it. Try to bring it around the other side. Back out to the point. Bruins send it on net. Goes wide. Out to Godino. Gorman looking to try to pin this if need be. Loose at the feet and arm in the air. Baldy shoved after the play. And Calgary will head to the box. And Baldy. Stay 5-on-5. Not sure what Baldy was there for, but they're going to call both. We'll stay 5-on-5. My apologies. Rubino, Trent, Fish, Tritton, and Godino. 3:38 remaining. Even strength. Tritton scoops it up off the faceoff, gloves it down, lobs it in. Godino goes on the forecheck. Goaltender comes out to field down, kept in by Trent. Trent sends it on net. Bouncing puck goes wide.
Bruins number 14, Cash Martin, minor penalty for holding.
Tritton, shot denied by the goaltender, and the Bruins try to bring it back the other way. Tritton Trent chips it up to Godino. Godino to Fish. Loose out front. Tritton there to pick up any loose chains. Goes into the corner. Drops it back to Fish. To Godino. Fish comes in to support back behind the goal line. Chipped off the boards to Trent. Trent shot off the pads. Loose. And covered by the Bruins goaltender. Fitzy, Mesa, Davis out for the upcoming face-off. And Gorman missing a defenseman or two as Laris and Luong come out. Davison for the puck drop. Goes out into the corner. Mesa flushes out the other side. Fitzy closes it off. Sends it on net, trying to hit Mesa in the slot. Bruins bring it in wide. Luong to dance around the referee. Mesa takes him off the puck. Luong out to Fitzy. Dangles through. Bruins couldn't pick it up. Shot Luong. And gloved down by the Bruins defenseman. Sent around the boards. Fitzy at the blue line. Shovels it back down. Gloved down by the Bruins. Bouncing puck. Picked off partially by Davis. Bruins able to pick up the loose puck in the neutral zone. Davis picks up the puck. Chips it off the boards. Kept in by the Bruins. Shot off the side of the net. Pass back behind the Gorman goal line. 1:30 remaining. Davis fighting for position, comes up with it, and he lobs it up. And just right in the net, that will be an icing, but Gorman will get a much needed change in with 1:29 remaining in the third. Gorman ties up the shots on goal, 21-21 with a 4-1 lead. Kerr in for the face-off. Comes out in favor of Gorman. Trent through the neutral zone. Dangles through, taking off the puck and takes out the goaltender. Trent dragged down from behind. Thought he had it. Defenseman had to recover somehow. Decided to give him a hug and pull him down. Looking for the rare penalty shot, not going to happen. Posner, Trent, Jennings, Johnson, and Kerr. Bruins bring it back the other way, 2-on-2. Jennings on the back check. Drops it back. Jennings takes him off the puck. Kerr sends it airborne. Glove down by the Bruins. Bruins have an opportunity. Shot, pad save. Brought back down low, leaving the goaltender in net. Pass deflected out to Jennings. Jennings will lob it down, takes a hit in the process. 39 seconds, and actually that will be an icing. .9 seconds left on the scoreboard here. Fish in for the faceoff. Creel, Godino, Rubino, and Larison. Rubino trying to pin it to the boards. USA chant coming from the crowd. Playing Calgary. 22 seconds remaining. They will blow it dead with about 13 seconds remaining. This, barring a miracle, should wrap it up. defenseman for the Bruins, lobs it on net. Best shot they've had. So says a couple in the crowd here. Tied up on the face-off. Bruins send it across. Godino with a hit, sends him wide, close out the game. And they're just going to let this one run down. Gorman are your President's Day Tournament champions.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us here at American First Center. Both teams have agreed to a quick
At the American First Center, Gorman comes away with the win and the gold.
Bishop Gorman's MVP is number 37, Fitzgerald.
Fitzy with the MVP award.
And the Bruins MVP is number 4, Richie. Great game, guys.
First gold for Gorman this season. A couple tournaments fell just short. Gorman able to punch it home, at home in Las Vegas, or Henderson in this case. Gorman wrapping up, coming to the end of the season here. This is the last tournament. A couple scrimmages coming up, playoffs coming up for Anaheim, and then off to Minnesota for nationals. As tournament managers bring out the mini Stanley Cup, which has taken a lot of damage. Shots on goal, 21-22 in favor of the Bruins. Gorman able to capitalize and maintain a little more restraint in this one. Reducing the number of penalties. And that'll wrap it up for this broadcast. We'll see you next weekend. Gorman taking on Santa Margarita in the Anaheim Ducks High School Hockey League. Muskoska comes around with the cup. The Anaheim games will be broadcast on CAH. You can catch that starting Friday, 6:30 p.m. Single game elimination to wrap up the Anaheim League in that season. As always, thank you for watching, and we will see you next time.